Hi guys, in today's video we are going to relocate that is the power steering pump. I was going to do this before, but I had to go get a tool. So the things that you're going to need to do this is you're going to need a 10mm socket. You're going to need a, well, it depends on your tap anywhere screws. Mine is an 8mm socket. And you can get a mini tube cutter at Walmart for just a couple bucks. I'll show you what to do with that here eventually. So what we're going to do at this point is we're going to undo the bolts for this and get this out of the way and get the hoses disconnected and all that.
Like, subscribe, comment down below. Show me some of your guys' builds. Show me some of, if you've got a 300ZX, anything that you're rebuilding. I don't care what it is. I don't care if you're rebuilding a Honda Civic. Put those down below. Show me what you guys are rebuilding.
All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and get this power steering pump off. And it's stripped. Son of a bitch.
It's not the bolt.
And it's stripped. This tab is coming off eventually. You gotta be careful about bending it. Okay. All right, so one of the things that you'll have to do, this piece, so this leads to the bottom of the power steering pump. This is a high pressure line. So the only thing you really need to do, now this was disconnected because the power steering pump, it's a pain in the ass to get away from the rack and pinion. But literally all you have to do is loosen this and then take this and twist it to face the other way, which we'll do that at a later date. I'm gonna go ahead and take this off and then kind of put it up. But you'll wanna twist this and run this beside the radiator back up to the motor. It's just gotta face a different way.
Hey, Dad, you did it bad.
What'd I do? Show the camera. Show the camera. Wait, what'd I do? Hey, that bolt's supposed to be a little longer. What happened?
You kind of left them in here.
I tightened when I was supposed to loosen. My bad. Hey guys, when you take those bolts out, to take this out, make sure you spin it the right way. So I guess I went to tighten it and just snap the bolt off. My bad, my bad. All right, so now that we found out that I broke a bolt, happens to the best of us. All right, so I did a little bit of work off camera. So this is your high pressure line. This is kind of the general idea of what you're supposed to do. So I'm gonna kind of show you guys what I did off camera. All right, guys, so this right here is the, I don't know what its exact name is, but it is the oil canister. A couple of videos that I've seen of people deleting. This is gone. One guy that I watch, he has a drift car. So people that have drift cars, they take their air conditioner out. So this whole thing stays out. I'm keeping my air conditioner. So there's a bracket, this bracket right here that the connector connects to. You're gonna have to unbolt it. And then you're gonna have to unbolt this as well. So, sorry. So this is the bracket that holds this canister on. So I took this bolt out and slid and took it off. This part here bolts to the subframe of the car. You take this out and then you very gently unbend this. Because if you bend these hoses, now if I mess up these AC hoses, I'm not all that worried about it because I'm probably gonna replace all these. So we're gonna have to, so kind of be careful so you don't, if you're not gonna replace these, move this very, very gently. There is a bracket sitting up here that holds this hose in that we're gonna eventually take out to cap this off. I may end up having to completely cut this off and have it welded. But there is a bolt. There is a bolt right here. So you take that bolt out and you take the rubber piece out and then the metal insert that goes in, which looks like that. So take that out. The power steering pump already has one on it. And then you're gonna take the bolt and you're gonna put through the power steering pump into this, and then you're gonna use a self-tap. You're gonna use a self-tap right here. So that's what we're gonna do right now. All right. Is it not long enough? I don't think it's long enough. Son of a bitch. Oh yeah, it's not long enough.
Did you see the extension?
It was wobbling like crazy, wasn't it?
It was funny.
Yeah, it's not long enough. It's not gripping. So that means we gotta take this rubber thing out like.
And it's not the drill, it's just, I mean, the impact, it's just wobbles.
Yeah, but the problem is now this bolt, the bolt is not wide enough.
Not wide enough.
And it's not deep enough.
You need the rubber thingies.
Yeah, the rubber things keep it from doing that wobble thing. It's not gonna work. Technically, you just need a really big damn washer. Actually, okay.
I'm pretty sure we have really big washers. Somewhere. Hey, I got the other piece out.
Okay.
There you go. There.
So what I did, the power steering pump had one already on it, and I split it in half because the bolt's not quite long enough. Now what we're going to do right here is put a self tapper in it. You know how we could have got the long ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, we probably should have. I'll end up having to go get some. Grip, you bitch.
That's all.
Yeah, I don't think this self tapper is long enough. Yeah, it's not long enough. I'm gonna see if I can. I'm gonna see if I can push in on that and get a look and let it catch. That worked.
Help.
Okay.
Wait, how are you gonna fill it?
Alright guys, so for right now this is going to work because the car's not going to go anywhere. The self-tapper's a little short. What I did is I took, these are inside of the power steering pump, they go on that corner, and I cut it in half. What I'm eventually going to do is take the original bracket, cut it off the car, and then use those same bolts. I'll have to find bolts because I broke them off, but we're going to find them and we are going to mount them in the back in here. That shouldn't be like a horrible issue to do, but we'll get it done eventually. So the next thing that we're going to do is we have to take this and this pipe right here. So this metal pipe, so we're going to have to cut it down. We're going to have to see where we're going to cut it because this line goes into the steering rack. So we're going to back this out. We'll use a self tapper to move this piece here. We'll slide it down, we'll cut the line, and run that hose. So, doesn't really matter which way you turn it. I know a couple of guys that have done YouTube videos, they don't show you this part. They just be like, hey, I cut it. There it went. I think it just snapped. But it and cut all the way through somewhere over here. It's still connected. There it went. Okay. So we got the line cut. So we have a fitting right here. Grab that. All right. And then we're gonna pull it out. Maybe. Take it out this way.
And there's our hose.
All right, guys, so we got the line cut. And I'm gonna put a hose clamp on this later. I just realized that, you know, I don't have any that fits. So we got a self-tapper screw. Put this piece back. Make sure we got it, you know, going on the right spot. So now we got this hose. So we're gonna put this hose on later and I'll show you guys how to do it, but it goes in between this, radiator and the core support to run. So it would go in like that. And then we'd have to turn that this way to plug into the radiator. So we're gonna get that done at a later date. But as it stands right now, we are down a little bit. I do have to cut, so this little bracket right here off. I am gonna cut this off eventually. I have noticed that all of this, the radiator support, is completely bent. The headlight, this whole bucket is bent and unaligned. So we're gonna do some research to see what it would take. See, it's all bent up here. It's bent behind the headlight and stuff like that. So we're gonna see what it takes to get another one. I found a couple online. I've got to find a body shop around here that will do it. And then we have to see about how we're gonna have to fancy some stuff together to get this to move around about somewhere, and we'll figure that out as well. But as it stands with the relocation of this to clean out the engine bay, so what we'll have to do is we'll have to cut this completely out. We're gonna cut that completely off. Relocating the battery, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do because I do want a spare tire. I don't know if I'm gonna have one with the rims that I'm gonna have, but we're probably gonna relocate that. We're gonna relocate the fuel filter. I've got to get a cruise control module for it. The fuse box, I'm not 100% sure because to relocate it, I'm gonna have to do a bunch more research on it to see what I have to do. I don't want to have to take all the pins out and put all the pins back because you can easily get that confused and mess that whole process up. We're going to rebuild the power steering pump. There's just a bunch of other stuff that we have to do under the engine bay. I'm going to have to spray it out and clean it and get all the rust out of it and all that. We'll do that at a later date as well.
I know this video is not very long, and I'm sorry about that. My videos are usually a little bit longer. But if you would like, subscribe, comment down below. Show me some of your guys' builds. Show me some of, if you've got a 300ZX, anything that you're rebuilding. I don't care what it is. I don't care if you're rebuilding a Honda Civic. Put those down below. Show me what you guys are rebuilding. Show me what you guys are restoring. We all know that restoring any car takes an extreme long time. So like, subscribe, comment down below with your builds, and I'll see you guys in the next one.